On February 2, 1848, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, which brought an official end to the Mexican-American War, was signed. With the defeat of its army in the fall of the capital Mexico City, in September of 1847, the Mexican government surrendered to the United States and entered into negotiations to end the war. Peace talks were negotiated by Nicholas Trist, chief clerk of the State Department, and General Winfield Scott, a diplomat and U.S. President Polk's representative. After two previous unsuccessful attempts to negotiate a treaty with President Santa Anna, they determined that the only way to deal with Mexico was as a conquered enemy. Trist negotiated with a special commission representing the collapsed government led by Don Bernardo Cuauhto, Don Miguel Aristain, and Don Luis Gonzaga Cuevas. President Polk believed that the negotiations would be carried out with a Mexican delegation in Washington. However, Trist received word that the Mexican government was ready to negotiate, and he determined that Washington did not quite understand the situation in Mexico. So he decided to negotiate the peace treaty himself in defiance of the president. On December 4, 1847, he wrote a letter to his wife. Knowing it to be the very last chance and impressed with the dreadful consequences to our country which cannot fail to attend the loss of that chance, I decided today at noon to attempt to make a treaty. The decision is altogether my own. Trist sent a copy of the treaty to Washington, which President Polk forwarded to the Senate for their consent. On March 10, 1848, by a vote of 34 to 14, the Senate reluctantly ratified the treaty. Following the ratification, the United States withdrew its troops from the Mexican capital. With the annexation of more than 525,000 square miles of land, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo extended the boundaries of the United States west to the Pacific Ocean. The treaty took from Mexico nearly all of its southwestern territory, including California, as well as designating the Rio Grande as the boundary between Texas and Mexico. The U.S. government paid Mexico $15 million in consideration of the extension acquired by the boundaries of the United States, and agreed to pay American citizens debts owed to them by the Mexican government. Oh, and one other provision. The treaty, signed by the U.S. government and ratified by the U.S. Senate, included the protection of property and civil rights of Mexican nationals living within the new boundaries of the United States. Damn.
From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.